Alright guys, I have another RC retro review for you. Today we have the Radioshack Evader, also known as the Evader S7, because they made two different types. This one, and they also made a buggy type, which I don't think was very popular. At least it wasn't popular with me. I didn't like it. This is a pretty good looking car. It's different, that's for sure. I did have one of these when I was a kid. Now, keep in mind that was 22 years ago. This was made in 1997. I think I had mine maybe 5-6 months, which sucked because I really like this car. And yeah, what had happened was we lived like 2.5 miles into our neighborhood. I mean, there was no traffic back there. It was a long drive back there. I mean, we had a long road in front of the house, and I was just driving it in front of the house, you know, what kids do. And I saw a car coming, so I pulled it over into the gutter, you know, just to get it out of their way. And what the individual in the car did, they were in a red Jeep Grand Cherokee, was they pulled their Jeep over against the curb where they're rubbing the curb and smashed it, destroyed it. And then the thing is they were actually going to turn left to leave the neighborhood, and I was actually on the other side of that turn. They had to go straight to cream the car, turn around in a cul-de-sac, come back, yell at me for having it in the street, and then they peeled off and left. I never saw them again. But that was the end of my Evader. It actually smashed the body. It broke the circuit board in half. The wheels somehow miraculously survived. My dad tried to graft the circuit board back together, but it just never would work again. So 22 years later, I have another one, and it's in really good shape. I bought it mainly because it had the box and the manual. Here's a quick look at the manual. My favorite part, you know, we got 1997 Tandy Corporation, all rights reserved. And then this. Back in the day when you used to be able to actually order parts for your RC cars, like if you broke a shock or needed a battery door or a new transmitter, you could order that at Radioshack. You just tell them, hey, I need this part number. They'll punch it in and they'll call you when it comes in. Sometimes it's, you know, a week or two, but gosh, that was handy. And you can't do that with toy grade RCs anymore, and I miss that. Here's a look at the controller itself. Good old-fashioned lines on the throttle stick for turbo, because you actually have just pretty much just go and then you push up again for turbo. And this thing's pretty quick. I bought this because I thought the box was intact, but as a matter of fact, the guy just kind of showed a picture of it like this, when in fact he had cut all the sides off the box, which was a huge letdown. But anyway, we'll look at shows powerful engine sounds. Radioshack Radio Control Evader. I always called it the Mirror Man Special because it just looked like it was just, yeah, just like made out of mirrors. It was so cool. Individual speed and steering controls. Spring-loaded rear suspension absorbs bounces. It's just, they make average things sound important. Like, hey, I have a stick for steering and throttle. Don't they all? I mean, I know back in like the 70s they just like had a wheel and like a trigger, and I mean, but damn. Giant knobby air-filled tires for super traction. Differential gear for better cornering. Safe, flexible antenna for excellent radio transmission. They just make it sound like everything is like the latest and greatest when it has actually been around forever. Full function radio control. That's so cool. Original price $39.99. Anyway, let's throw some batteries in this thing and take it outside, because just looking at it on the bench is boring. Let's go. Alright, in the battery compartment you have 2 of them going left and right, and then the rest of them are vertical. But you have to use the ribbon because they are kind of a pain to get out if you don't. Another thing I miss about RCs is you hardly ever see one with a ribbon anymore. I mean, they're all rechargeable now too. Just in case anybody was wondering, I picked up the Energizer rechargeable 2300 milliamp batteries just because I wanted maximum storage capacity. Because who the heck wants to go out there and drive for only 5 minutes, huh? Okay. Alright, and for this video I'm going to try something I have not done before. I'm going to try to get a POV shot of the car with one of these little SJ Cam action cameras. I've had these for about a year and I really have not used them as much as I thought I would. So let's see if we can get a camera mount on here. Gosh, I hope it'll stay. Okay. That does not feel secure. Alright. Alright, and for this video I have it in the waterproof enclosure, so it's going to cut down on wind noise, but it's also going to distort every other noise. I still do have touchscreen capability, so some sound will come through, just not a lot. So let's try this out. Anyway, in the course of making this video, I did figure out one thing that was kind of amusing, and that is that my check engine light interferes with the car. Explain that. Alright, now it was doing it a lot worse earlier where it just kept driving off and trying to hit the bench vise and plow everything off the table, but check this out. Remote. Car is on. Seems like the car doesn't like check engine lights. That doesn't even make sense. I'm guessing that this is, I guess there's like a voltage regulator in here that steps down the current coming out of the socket to run, I guess these are like 12 volt LEDs, and that is putting out some pretty high EMF. So, knowing that, I'm going to unplug that so I don't end up with brain cancer or something, because that doesn't sound like fun. Anyway, let me know what you think of the Vader S7. I tried to get a lot more driving footage, but apparently it is impossible to drive a thumbstick controller and film at the same time. So you'll just have to put up with whatever footage I was able to get from the little mini GoPro style camera, and what else can you do? Anyway, here's a close-up of the car. It's really cool chrome mag wheels. They're kind of cool looking. This almost looks like tank vents or something to me. It looks like something Darth Vader would drive. Yeah, needless to say, I was quite pissed off for many years after that dude ran over my car, and I have not been able to stand the sight of Jeep Grand Cherokees ever since. That or stupid people, because that guy was an idiot. I was not in the road with it, and he did not have to pass his turn to run over my car and then yell at me. So, hopefully wherever he is, I hope karma catches up to him, and I'm not going to wish him harm or anything, but I mean, Hopefully he gets a few hundred flat tires on his way to work. And I hope they're sold out of all of his favorite foods, no matter where he goes. So, anyway, give me a like if you liked the video. Stay tuned for more, and I will catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching.